3 things I did not do on Mounjaro weight loss this month that I regret. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. We're going to be talking today about tirzepatide weight loss, Mounjaro menstrual cycles, and a whole bunch of things, but really what I've learned, 3 things that I totally regret with my Mounjaro weight loss this month that will hopefully help you on your Mounjaro weight loss journey, semaglutide weight loss journey, tirzepatide weight loss journey, Wegovy weight loss journey. Let's go ahead and dive into number 1. First thing up is I, throughout the process of this month, and gained 5 pounds back from my 67-pound weight loss, making it only, and I use air quotes, 62-pound weight loss. But I've subsequently lost those. But want to give full disclosure, I gained 5 pounds. And that is not the goal on this health and wellness journey, to help with my blood sugars, to help with my healing for my body, to help with my overall wellness. The scale needs to keep going down and to actually not lose weight, but gain weight has been not fun. And so I want to, having looked back, because we're here at the Countess of Shopping community, we are proactive, we are not reactive, even though I'm being reactive right now, but we're a solution-oriented bunch. And I'm going to show you what happened for me that will hopefully help you. Number 1 is I, for 2 weeks straight, I'm on Mounjaro 12.5 milligrams, to give context if you're not familiar. And I have been on for 9.5 months on Mounjaro. I have taken 12.5 milligrams for 6 weeks. 2 of those weeks, I had pushed up my shot by 1 day. So I was supposed to take it on Sunday, I took it on Saturday, supposed to take it on Saturday, took it on Friday. Do not do that. I have previously done something similar, but running it past my doctor, and I always share in my videos, always check with your medical professional. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, nor do I pretend to play one on the internet. And so I want to encourage you, always check with your doctor if you can bump up your shot date. I did not do that this time. I had done it for the first week, but not subsequently for the second week. And that is where I have gotten myself into a little bit of pickle that I want to share with you with Mounjaro menstrual cycle. And gentlemen, stick with me. I know we've got a lot of counts in the Countess of Shopping community. Don't worry. I've got other things that are going to be pertinent to you too, to help you on your Mounjaro weight loss journey, and also with your Mounjaro blood sugars too, for Mounjaro diabetes. I took it a day earlier and has completely whacked those 2 weeks. So I'm now, I didn't do it this past week. I took my shot on the shot date I was supposed to, but completely whacked out my menstrual cycle. I always like to share, I'm just throwing this information out here as we all learn more about GLP-1s, although they have been around for quite some time, but particularly with Mounjaro, on my weight loss journey, doing something like this was not smart on my part. I like to be a smart chickadee. I like to be smarter than the average bear, and this was not smart because my menstrual cycle has now been completely whacked out. My period came a week early, and I have no other explanations for all of these things other than taking the shot early. Now, do I always like to play devil's advocate with this too? There's a couple of things, and feel free to chime in the comments too. My menstrual cycles have been horrifically painful, like massive cramping. I do have I almost said PTSD, which I do have that too, but PCOS, wrong P, PCOS. And so, but I was noticing some of those symptoms, which I'm not going to share in this video. If you're familiar with, for Mounjaro for PCOS, if you are familiar with that, you know what some of those are, have been more intense. And therefore that triggered for me, hormonally, I've whacked out my hormones. I don't know what else this could be. And obviously, what I always tell you when you guys punt to me certain things, go talk to your doctor and then go get a blood panel if you haven't had one recently. So those steps I am going to be taking. I am going to be reaching out to my own doctor, having a further conversation about this lapse of judgment on my part, and with full authenticity. I wish I didn't do it. I do regret this. On my Mounjaro weight loss journey, this was not smart. Taking it early those days, particularly because I have been on Mounjaro 12.5 milligrams for 6 weeks. And so I didn't do it this week, but the 2 previous to that, so at the 3rd week mark, that's when I made these time adjustments. It had helped with weight loss and was awesome because I felt full and was amazing. And I talked about that on other videos. I'm like, yeah, I'm full. And then I decided to do it again. And I think that's where I've whacked out my hormones. My period has been so painful. Mounjaro and periods and Mounjaro with menstrual cycles, many of you in my free Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group, but it's also for Wegovy folks and Wegovy weight loss, tirzepatide weight loss, semaglutide weight loss, all are welcome at that table as long as you're a positive person. By the way, make sure that you do answer all those questions. I'll link it down in the description link below. But we've talked about this before, about periods, menstrual cycles on Mounjaro and how it changes hormones. I mean, it's the hormones of it's changing hormones. And so with that, this had, for me, even previous to this, has changed my period. So which I've talked about in other videos. I'm like, oh, if you're on birth control and things like that, like just be super mindful. Be super, super mindful of that, and talk to your doctor, of course, about it. But it's whacked out my period. It came a week early. It's been the most intensive, horrific cramping. Not to get gross, but if you have had similar I mean, I had this several months back, but not like this. This is gnarly. And also, to be fair, again, to play kind of devil's advocate for myself, I just got through Prime Day. I'm still actually on the Prime Day set, so if you see like stuff in the background, I'm on my Prime Day, I'm on my live streaming studio, and that was exhausting. And thank you, by the way, so much for all the support from the Countess of Shopping community who bought from my links and who, you know, went to my shows, my Amazon Live shows. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be doing the same thing again for Black Friday coming up here in a few weeks. I'll be doing the same thing, so make sure you stay in the loop. But that's the first thing, is taking my shot a day earlier was not helpful for me. Twice. Doing that back to back for me, I will never say never, but I don't think I will be doing that again in the future. That was not smart. I had done something similar previously with travel, but with my doctor's guidance on that, so I thought erroneously, oh, I'm okay. Run this past your nurse practitioner, run this past whoever's prescribing the medication to you, these of changing your shot dates, just to make sure that they're cool with it. Because this pain that I'm having with my menstrual cramping and things like that, it's, ooh, and I can tell my hormones are just whacked out. Like right now, my face is really, really flushed. I don't know why. I just feel not, I've been crying crazy. We had, many of you guys saw Sunshine, we foster dogs. And so Sunshine was our foster. She was our 90-pound Great Pyrenees. She found her permanent home, which we're so happy about, but man, did I cry so hard. I mean, just ferocious weeping, which doesn't really happen with our fosters. Our family's well versed with our fosters of having animals go to other homes, and we're sad and we cry, but not like, so I knew like hormonally with that, and then just all of this hormonally, the only thing I can lead back to, and again, I'm going to talk to my doctor, this is just me hypothesizing, of changing the shot date for my Mounjaro injection. Okay, number 2, as a result of all of those changes, because of my Mounjaro menstrual cycle and Mounjaro with my period, the food chatter has been crazy. I have eaten not well. And part of this too, I'm sharing this, it's embarrassing to share this, but I'm sharing this because my hope and intention of is to help somebody else. That hopefully this will help you on your weight loss journey, on your Mounjaro weight loss journey, Wegovy weight loss journey, tirzepatide weight loss journey, semaglutide weight loss journey, that hopefully it will help you. Again, we are a solution-oriented group here, and we're still learning so much about GLP-1s that I think it's important kind of to document what's happening at different phases and things like that, to hopefully help encourage the next wave of people. Because the person who came before me, I appreciate, a friend of mine was the one who had shared, she had been on Mounjaro several months prior to me and had a very similar background to me, and that plus another, it was ironically a social media influencer, was one of the reasons how I found out about Mounjaro and learned so much about how it helps with blood sugars and with weight loss and diabetes and all that wonderful stuff. So, which we're going to talk to in a minute about FDA approval for weight loss with Mounjaro here coming up, so stay tuned for that. But food chatter on my menstrual cycle because of that, and food chatter on general. So for gentlemen, I don't think you're getting your Mounjaro period anytime soon, but for gentlemen, keeping in mind of changing shot dates, what that does to food chatter. For me, it normally helps, but because of this hormonal change that I'm having right now, and also to be fair, again, to play devil's advocate, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my early 40s. Could this be part of premenopause and things like that? Like, what's the catalyst of it? The only thing that has changed for me is changing the shot date. So again, I don't want to be like, oh, but I wasn't under doctor supervision for this. And that is where I want to give for you, like, the biggest takeaway from this video is make sure you're talking with your doctor or nurse practitioner. There's many people who prescribe Mounjaro. So for your Mounjaro prescription, it doesn't have to be a doctor. And I'm saying that I know the other folks who do prescribe Mounjaro, like, don't forget about us. So I apologize to that grouping, like medical professional in general who's making the prescription for Mounjaro. The food chatter came back, and so therefore I made not good choices. And that for me is a reminder that there's still a lot of healing to be done associated with food, which I have shared extensively about, that I do have PTSD, and there's a whole gamut of that I've talked about previously on other YouTubes of why my relationship with food continues to be healed, and am working with a trained therapist and things like that. If there's like a root as to why there's a lot of these food things going on, which many of you have, in fact, millions of you have, because you've told me so, and I know I know that there's so many of us out there of healing this relationship with food as a result of GLP-1s, not just with Mounjaro, but with Wegovy and semaglutides and tirzepatides, how amazing this is. But that food chatter came back, and man, I was right in it because of the hormonal things in there too. And looking back now, we're going to talk about solutions here, but I'm just going to give you the reasons. And then number 3, I changed my electrolytes. You guys know I'm obsessed with Elements. I've got them actually here on set, was doing something with it because I love their stuff. And I just stopped taking it for about a week. That helps keep me on track. If you guys follow me on Instagram, what Tumbler do I pick today? Of like my Instagram daily series I do in my Instagram Countess of Shopping Instagram stories. And you can, if you're following me on Facebook, it's on Facebook too. I stopped doing that, and that habit that I had made, that really good habit of doing that, of picking it out and making it a game and making it fun, I just stopped. And I do think that what I do in my morning routine sets me up for success later on in the day with my food. And I didn't do that piece because it re-triggers my brain of like, oh, we're focusing on water and not eating unless my body's telling me to, and intuitive eating and body cues for eating and healthful things. I didn't start my day off with that, and that like was the domino effect also. So I'm getting back into that habit. That is like non-negotiable. Getting back into that habit and making sure I'm having my electrolytes. Some days I don't have them, to be honest. Like in a given week, usually I'll have it, I don't know, 5 days out of the 7 or 6 days out of the 7. But this was a lot, and a lot more, I don't know, maybe 1 out of the 7. And that, starting my day off with that really, really helps me. Now, many of you have asked about intermittent fasting. If you're hardcore intermittent fasting, Element does have unflavored electrolytes. So if you're worried about like the flavorings, my favorite is the raspberry salt. Down below, they've been very gracious to give the Countess of Shopping 8 free sticks of the Element electrolytes. So I'll link that down below. This video isn't sponsored by them. I'm just sharing because it's one of my favorite things. And so that habit, I think, was one of the reasons I regret not doing that. And that's an easy thing, right? Because that sets up my mindset. It sets up my water, my 40-ounce tumbler of water. I have linked down below my Stanleys and Simple Moderns and the 40-ounce tumblers. I have a pecking order of different tumblers, so I'll link those down below. And that is very much helpful for me to set up my mindset of and my relationship with food as I go through this Mounjaro weight loss journey. So let's go talk about solutions. One of the other things I kind of regret, but I'm going to put it under the solution column for my Mounjaro weight loss journey, is I don't think I would have gained that 5 pounds this month had it not been for having my Oura Ring. Many of you guys know, if you guys see in other videos, if you're Inspector Clouseau's, I had this one. This is for my kids. Lions are for my kids. And my hot husband got this for me. And I love wearing my lion. And when I'm on live streaming, usually I'll wear my lion. But I had been wearing a black ring. It was my Oura Ring. And the Oura Ring I am obsessed with because it has, I bring my phone in, on the Oura app, it tells you so much of your body's biorhythms. If you see me wearing a black ring on my ring finger, that's my Oura Ring. That's tracking my beats per minute, and it's telling, like, it tells you all about the sleep, but it's not like a Fitbit. It's way smarter than a Fitbit. It tells you like when to push your day and when to like scale back, and period predictions and like all this cool stuff. It's really, really cool. And I've lost it. And I don't know where it is. I frequently would take it off during my live stream show just because I didn't like having the black ring on when I was on camera. And so I'm like, is it here in the studio? It's not in the studio where I put my personal belongings, like right down over in here. It's not there. It's not next to my nightstand. It's not it's not in the places where I take my rings off at. And that ring is not inexpensive. It was, and I'm gonna do a whole review on it once I find it, but I can't find it. I've been looking for like 2 weeks now, and I am like ready to cry because my hormones are out of whack, but also I'm ready to cry because it's an expensive ring and I don't want to buy another one. And I will link down below the Oura Ring link because we're going to be talking more about this in upcoming weeks because it's such a vital, helpful tool for weight loss journey, health journey, wellness journey. Even if you're on maintenance for Mounjaro, it's a really, really cool tool and very helpful tool. And anyways, that's on my like solutions list. If I gotta either buy a new one or find it. So today I'm gonna keep combing through. I've been looking for days though, like literally the past 2 weeks I've been looking. And I don't know where I put it. It's driving me crazy. So if you see me with the black ring on my finger, that's the Oura Ring. It means that it's back. And if it's not a lion that's on my finger, it's another color of metal or like a gold one or one of their rose gold. That means I had to buy another Oura Ring, which I don't want to. But if you want to get an Oura Ring, I will link a link down below, the Countess of Shopping link down below for you. Solutions for this month too for my Mounjaro weight loss journey that I'm focusing in on my Mounjaro weight loss update is veggies and protein. We just got back, and I'm going to show this in another video. We just got back from the farmer's market. I'm going to prep all those vegetables and proteins and do my big walks that I do, like the walk, like the Asian walk for stir fry. I love that. And then also my vegetable soup. It's one or the other. That for me is very filling for lunch, having those on hand because my job, we own several companies, but one of which is booming right now is our marketing firm. And so having quick grabby meals here at the house, really important. And also for my son too, I pack his lunches and I want to make sure he's having healthful things. I'm like, if I'm not doing this for myself, at least for my son, making sure I'm instilling in him super healthy habits. So anyways, making sure I'm veggie and protein focused. We just got updated veggies today from the local Virginia farmers market here in Virginia. I love shopping local, even though I do Amazon Live and a ton of stuff with Amazon, which I'll link down below my Amazon Mounjaro shopping list. If you are just starting, I did want to give an update too that the injection boxes for Mounjaro, Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of Mounjaro, is no longer giving out for free. So I do have an option for you on that. As well, the biohazard boxes, I'll link that down in my Mounjaro Amazon shopping list too. So veggies and protein are my other solution that I'm really focusing in on. And with that, did I move it? I did. Oh man, I was gonna show, oh, is it here? I have my meal plan, the notebook for it too, to help with meal planning as well. It's just blank pages, but it really is very helpful with a shopping list and things like that of keeping everything well organized. Been using that. Next solution, number 3 is, my notes are over here on the, I have notes for today's show, is walking since our foster dog is gone and Mr. Freddie right now is at doggy boot camp. We may be getting another foster here in like a day or two, but I'm going to go walking. Even without having a dog, I'm still going to go out walking. That's my other big focus. With my Oura Ring, it tells you how long you walk, how many calories you burn, how many beats per minute your heart is while you're walking. It's really, really cool, which is why I want to get my Oura Ring back because it's very motivational when I walk and also when I go swimming. I have a swim membership here, and so I'd like to get in one swim this week and making sure I'm walking every day. And then the last solution, but there's more, is cleaning my environment. Have you guys noticed this? That the more I drop weight, the more my desire to clean my environment, declutter, get rid of stuff. It has been very much like as the weight drops, so is like clutter. I'm like, get it out. Like we have got to clean up our home and get more organized. And like, as I let go of these bad habits along the last 9.5 months, it's been really awesome to see my home transform. It's been really cool. It's been such a blessing, such a blessing. Now, if you've made it this far in the show, many of you guys have asked me about my smart tape. These are in conjunction with a scale. You can get the matching scale, so you just have data in one spot. I do love these also if you're on a weight stall to show that you're still losing weight. This weight gain that I had this was still showing this, like it didn't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, when you have a weight stall, it just means like it's going to change the tape measure. It didn't on this. It definitely, I definitely gained weight. I definitely did gain weight with it, which was unfortunate. And then the other thing is really focusing in on my water. That's my other big solution with that too. By the way, I'm obsessed with these lip masks. I'll link it down below. I'm obsessed. It tastes so good, and it makes my lips, they're so dry because I've been drinking a bunch of water today. So that's kind of my update today. Not kind of, I mean, that is my update today. And thank goodness for our Mounjaro encouragement group. But again, for Wegovy folks, tirzepatide weight loss, semaglutide weight loss, it has been awesome to be able to be in that group totally for free. All are welcome at that table. If you have joined and you didn't say put in your email or answer the questions, I get a tremendous amount of spam, and usually I look through most of the people. Like if you click submit in that Facebook group, If it looks at all like spam, it will get held. So feel free to shoot me an email or be like, hey, Elizabeth, that's me. I'm on there. Like I'm not spamming, because I get a lot of spam. And that group is a safe space. I am rigid about keeping that a safe space of like, people can't sell stuff in there, or like, it's a space for encouragement. And that's what that group is for. So anyways, all that to say that if you didn't get in, or you're, some people have gotten very upset with me, like, oh, I get it, like either like crying or like yelling at me, it's because it looked like spam. Your thing probably looked like, there's just something that's triggering within that looks like spam. So feel free to shoot me an email. With that too, just because that is just as diminishing word, because that is a safe space for my weight loss journey. And for all of us, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of us cheering each other on, and collectively I want to keep that a really high quality group. So that group could be like hundreds of thousands of people in the group, and I choose not to do that because I want it to be a safe space. So if you want that, go ahead, it's down in the description link below. If you have not seen my 125 protein ideas, that blog post is down below, as is countessofshopping.com. My blog is predominantly devoted to talking about Mounjaro and up-to-date information here on Countess of Shopping YouTube and over on my blog. So make sure you check that out. It gets updated pretty much daily. Like, it is, to me, important to be continuously sharing this information as I'm learning, as we collectively learning as a GLP-1 community as we go through. And many of you guys have asked about the telehealth company that I am recommending. I was supposed to share it last week. I am pausing to make sure everything is perfect, is the bottom line. And if it's not to the standard in which I expect to be referring to you as the viewer, I'm not going to share it. And so I'm waiting to make sure. There have been a few things that I'm just waiting and watching to see that get updated to give you the best quality. So many of you have asked, and I'm not sharing until I think that it's Countess of Shopping worthy to share, because I want to give you the best possible experience for telehealth. So that is coming, and many of you have asked, like, where is it? Well, I'm not going to share until I think that it's of the standard of excellence in which I think that you guys deserve. So that's where that's coming. And then two, I have a very exciting announcement. I believe it's next week, about a nutritionist I have been working with. Yes, queen. So you need to come back to my next video, and I will be sharing more on that, about the nutritionist component. I'm so excited for Mounjaro, Wegovy, semaglutide, tirzepatide, but the nutrition component backed by science with this, which has me so jazzed. You gotta stay tuned to the next week, or next video, the next video here at Countess of Shopping. But at Countess of Shopping, we do a little thing kind of like Marvel Easter eggs, of where I give an emoji and then you put it down in the comments, and that's how I know that you've made it this far in the video. It's going to be glasses. If you put the emoji glasses down in, I will see you. I will first and foremost pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, then I'll be sending you positive energy and uplifting you. And also the other thing is, it helps me to get to know you. Like, there's thousands of you, there's only one of me, but I want to know you. I sincerely care about our Countess of Shopping community, and I want to get to know you. And people who comment, I get to know, and I get to see. So we do this at pretty much every end of every video. And so if you see emojis, that's what those are for. People are like, what are those? That means that people have watched the whole video through, and then that's like the trigger word, so to speak, to comment down below. And I see every single comment. I may not respond to every single comment, but I do see every single comment, and I will pray over you and uplift you in positive thought too. So let me know down if there's any questions off of today's episode. And because we are an action-based group, I want to know, what are the solutions for this week you're focusing in on? What are you doing this week to help move you closer to your goals? I shared with you mine, figuring out this Oura Ring thing, focusing in on veggies and fruits, like making things in my walk and my vegetable soup. Number 3 is walking the dog, and number 4 is focusing in on like just decluttering it a little bit more. I'll probably do that 1 or 2 days this week of decluttering. Walking should be every day for me, and I'd like to go swimming once this week too, but a little bit less on the swimming, more on the walking, because that's easy and quick. So put down below glasses, because you've made it this far in the video, in the comments, and be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. Make sure you get your Mounjaro weight loss success checklist down in the comments or the description link below. Bye, friends.